So that's the home screen of my tablet. You see it says Cambridge, and that's the temperature. +6 Celsius, which is less than 40 F, and it's raining. And over here, it's blue skies and probably like, I don't know, 75 F. And this is Dodge City Petro in I-65, Dodge City, Alabama. And yesterday when I was it was already getting dark. Actually, it was dark because it was like after 7, and I was entering the truck stop, and my truck jumped like this, and I saw a plate. This is probably one of the few not very smart truck stops. They just dumped a plate, like foot tall plate, and they barely dug a hole in the ground. So it's like this much drop. Like when you turn from the intersection, you see where the sign is over there. When the petrol sign is, there's a set of lights in here behind this, just to the left of the sign, and that's where this plate is. And that's where this plate is. And so I'm turning there, and there's no way to avoid it, and so the truck just jumps, like you have to crawl super slow. And then I look at the pumps, and I'm thinking, wait a second, I think I was here before. And then I look at the map, and over here on the other side, like I'm on this side of this little highway, what is it, 69? And on this side, that's Hanceville, you know, Hanceville, Alabama. And if you guys saw my multi-part Alabama trip, it was like day 1, day 2, day 3. That's when I bobtailed here to pick up this Fontaine trailer. Hanceville, Alabama is just on the other side. It's divided by the freeway. So it's like a full circle. Only now, back then I was just a bobtail truck, pick up the trailer, and then I went east on I-20 to pick up that big loader near Atlanta, Georgia. And now I have a load, and I'm going south towards Birmingham, and then I'm gonna catch I-20 west, heading towards Mississippi. And my destination is about 270 miles. But I got a delivery appointment. I cannot be there before 8 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, which is the day after tomorrow. And so I shut down the truck yesterday, and I started doing my logbook. And I'm gonna show you a cool trick so that I can avoid that awful beeping sound. When the key is turned like this, right, you see the screen is empty, right? There's nothing on the screen. So you push this button here, yeah, this enter button, and you hold it, and you can see your mileage and your engine hours. And you see that magic number 190? That means that I just went over 190,000 kilometers. And why is that significant? Is because I have this little memory sticker over here. My last oil change was at 150,000 kilometers, and I made it this note so that I remember to do a next oil change at 190, which is 40,000 kilometer interval, or 25,000 miles, which is perfect, which is what recommended for my operation. And these guys over here have a huge repair facility, so they can sure do oil change. Now, for some of you technical guys, skip this part if you're not technical. Here's my bedtime reading book. I read it every day, you know, 20-30 minutes, and I memorize each page. No, I'm just kidding. But I went over here to check again the oils they recommend. Hold on, I think it's too bright. But anyway, so see those blue arrows at the bottom? That's what I used before. That's W40. And you see on the top, that's the temperature to what that W4. You see, like, it's the widest bar, and it W40, or just slightly worse, is W synthetic. What is this? W30, the last one at the bottom. You see how it goes to minus 40 Celsius, minus 40 S? Right? And that's what I want for winter. I want either 5W40 or 5W30. And for the summer, I want, again, 5W40 makes the most sense. It's like the best overall oil. But Mac engine net factory oil is 10W30, which is no good because it only covers you up to plus 30 Celsius or 85 F. And we all know that, like, in the summer, if you go somewhere like Louisiana, Florida, or like southern Florida or California, it can be way over 85 F or 30 C. And I noticed that my first year, when I was still using the factory oil, like, it was coming too close. The temperature was coming too close to the maximum, to 250 F. And then I did my research and I switched to Shell Rotella T6, 5W40. And of course 5W40, it lasts longer when it's hot outside. You know, it's like stays, you know, it's thick enough to prevent the engine from overheating in the summer. And I went inside to talk to them. I said, what do you guys have? Like, okay, I know you probably don't have Shell Rotella T6. I said, what do you have full synthetic? Because, you know, my engine works very hard. I pull very heavy loads. I believe in the advantages of synthetic oil over conventional. And they said, well, the only synthetic we have is that 5W, yeah, it's 5W40, but it's, what is that brand? Delvac. Yeah, Mobile Delvac. And I'm not a big fan of that. For some reason, I like Shell better. I think their marketing materials look slightly sharper, you know, nicer. Like when I buy Shell, I do believe I buy a better value. I think that's what it is. It's just a better advertising. But I don't know. There was a slight difference. I had the Delvac before, synthetic. I think that's what I have now. And I had Shell, and there was some slight difference. And actually, I liked how the engine performed with the Shell oil. Like, call me crazy, but you know, you can tell. Like when you spend so much time in the truck, you can tell. You can hear some stuff that, you know, it's hard to describe, but I think my truck likes Rotella T6. Anyway, so I said, okay, and she says, I said, what's the price? And they said, you have to buy, if you want full synthetic, this one, 5W40, you have to buy by the gallon. And they lead me to the shelves, and it's $38 US. $38 for one jug. I said, you guys have... So I can buy this at Walmart for like 22 bucks. Oh, well, I said, what's my... Are there any other choices? I want 5W. I don't care about the top number. I want 5 in the front. Because I'm from Canada, the winter's coming, right? No, that's the only one. And I looked at it, scratched my hand, and said, you know what, 38 bucks US, that's like, for me, $50 Canadian for a jug of oil. So I found, this thing keeps locking, you know, it drives me crazy. One of these days I'm gonna cancel it. But anyway, so I found here, Walmart. So you see this 271, and here we go, Walmart. What town is that? Gardendale. That's what it is. Gardendale, Alabama. So 31 miles, well, 31 minutes, but I'm not gonna be driving 60 miles an hour. But that's the plan. The plan is buy the oil, and I did my research. I thought I'd be staying here because I thought I would do like a reset of my logbook, but I want to do oil change, and I don't want to pay $38 for a jack. So I'm gonna go south to Walmart, buy the oil if they have it, and then head on west on I-20, and I'm gonna shut down either in McKalla or Tuscaloosa. There's a TA there. There's a Flying J. I think TA has oil change facility, and we'll go from there. I'm warming up the engine, ready to move, and I see this guy, Kenworth W900, cool looking rooftop light, and you see he's a 4-axle truck just like mine, but the trailer is a Tailbird, and that's a pretty small cat. And the flip axle, that's what I'm gonna have soon. Number 4. My concern for that axle is that it sits pretty tall, so it can be in the way of a boom when you load a big excavator, you know. So it'll probably have to be down. So I'll be running on 4 axles in the back with a big excavator, unless I don't need it and I leave it at home. But it does. I'm looking at his thing, and it does look. It's it prevents the boom to go low enough. Here's the plate I was talking about. You see that? Very sharp turn. I checked everywhere and they don't have enough of one brand for an oil change. Like this one is, that's what I wanted to get, right? They only have 6. And then the only other one, 5W40, fully synthetic, is this Delo or Delo. And I asked the mechanic over there, I never did it before, I said, is it okay to mix them? And they said, well, we don't recommend it, but it's not going to hurt anything. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do an experiment. $20. $22. So I saved a bunch of money, just a little bit of initiative, you know, a little bit of research, and you have to push the cart, of course. But whereas the trucks that wanted $38, I got the same quality 5W40 full synthetic. I don't care about the brand actually anymore. So, but they only had, like I said, they only had what, 7 of these, and I decided to, you know, not to mix them too bad. 7 of Delo or Delo, and 4 Rotella. That's it. Mission accomplished. Well, let's get out of here, out of this paradise. I switched temperature to Fahrenheit just to try it. I did it before, I couldn't I didn't know. I was always confused. I did not know when to wear shorts or pants or winter hats. No, I'm kidding, I do have an idea, but approximate. I know now it's 84F. That's pretty hot.
Turn right onto open road. In a quarter mile, turn left onto Finstown Road.
It's a Flying J east of what's that town?
Turn left onto Finstown Road.
Tuscaloosa? No, sorry, not Flying J, it's TA. There is a Flying J around there, but they don't have a service center. Okay, we're going under the bridge.
Use the right lane to take the I-65 south ramp. Continue on I-65 south for 10 miles. In a quarter mile, merge onto I-65 south.
And so this is I-65, and I just go down, what, 10-20 minutes?
Continue on I-65 south for 10 miles.
10 miles, yeah, and then I jump on 20 west. Well, I made it to Cottondale, Alabama. There's a couple of truck stops. TA is being one of them, so I went there. Said I need an oil change. I have my own oil, and the lady said, well, it's going to be at least 2 hours. You can go to Speedco down the road. they're much faster. And so I went to Speedco. Took him a while to figure out how much to charge me, because they only have two prices, one for regular oil, one for synthetic oil. And now I'm second in line. This guy seems to be leaving. Nice, very nice Fontaine trailer. So Bay 1. I'm not sure if I ever did service at Speedco. One bad thing about them is that they cannot fix anything. It's just kind of like a quick oil change place. But you know, my truck is relatively new, so I don't expect any surprises. I told them to change oil filters, check oil levels and differentials and transmission, and check the engine air filter. If it's dirty, tell me and we'll replace it. And I'm gonna keep an eye on them so that they do use my oil and not give me some, you know, some what is called pull and switch, you know, when they do with the cards, right? And that's it. This is the end of day 4, I think, right? So today is Monday. I'm gonna take Tuesday off. Maybe not. Maybe Tuesday I'll drive real close to that Hattiesburg, Mississippi, where my delivery is, so that I can be there Wednesday at 8 o'clock.